Hey, I'm Shan, mama of the girls. This is Cozy Womb Podcast. I discuss everything parenting and kid affiliated. This is season 17, and I appreciate you listening. Parenting isn't about being perfect. It's about being better so our kids have more opportunities. It is that time. I am back, and I got things to say. Let's go.
Hey, I'm kid number 1, Anya. Welcome back to season 17 of my mom's podcast.
Hey guys, it's kid 2, Ari. Welcome to Cozy Womb Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to Cozy Womb Podcast. My name is Shan. I am the mom of the girls, and this is another great episode to start your Monday off. How are you doing? How was your weekend? This is episode 13, and we are here to talk about overwhelmed parenting ain't right. And I'm going to talk about it because it needs to be talked about. Parenting ain't easy, okay? Don't listen to anyone born before 1980 about parenting today. Don't listen to anyone whose parents parent through Facebook or IG posts, meaning they're physically not on the daily. They only post the cute stuff, the good stuff, the calm after the storm, and they really don't show up for the ugly days, the tantrum days, the emergencies, the sick days, all of that, the nonsense. If you are there on a daily with your kids, shout out to you. All right? If you are a dad that's there on the daily with your kids, shout out to you. All right? If you are a mom that shows up when no one shows up, shout out to you. All right? Men do get overwhelmed too. Moms have a tendency to put everyone's needs before themselves. Do not lose yourself in the sauce of parenting. They are just many human beings. Allow them to understand patience. Allow them to understand they have to wait. Allow them to understand that the world does not revolve around them, but guide them in the best way. Let's talk about overwhelming parenting because it ain't right. It ain't right. Don't let society tell you it's normal because it's not. Let's approach parenting in a team-on-team effort, not a pointing fingers effort. Now it's time for parenting news because there's always something going around about parenting and kids.
When you visit Arizona, time is measured in moments, not minutes. Like the moment you see the Grand Canyon for the first time. Visit a new state of mind. Learn more at hereyouareaz.com.
In parenting news, mom who drowned her 3 kids got by in welfare agency. That was the title of the article. Basically, the mom had mental health issues and she ended up receiving welfare still, despite her killing her 7-year-old, 4-year-old, and 3-year-old. There are people out here with mental issues that have children, and I wish we had a system to help those children faster than what we do, but we don't. All right? 6-year-old twin girls use their toys and hairdryer to fend off mother's attacker. It was the boyfriend in the home who was attacking the mom, and the 6-year-old 2 girls helped save their mom by fighting him off with toys and a blow dryer. Shout out to your kids who are your angels, all right? Teacher arrested for allegedly paying kids $5 each to bully a classmate. Again, everybody who can teach should not be a teacher. Everybody who knows the basics of English or math or helping kindergartners probably shouldn't kindergarten, shouldn't do. Maybe this is not the position for you because you are a bully that is in a position to teach other kids to bully while paying them for it. All right? 2-year-old boy dies by pickup truck in driveway. I'm telling you, this was in Maine. Beware of your kids. Make sure you shut the door behind you and it's locked. Make sure when you're going out to the car or the truck or you're in the garage, the front door is locked, the back door is locked. It takes a couple of seconds for a toddler to run out in the middle of the street. I saw a TikTok the other day where this mom went through the front door, and you know the Ring camera records everything at the front of the house, and she's in the car out front, parked out front, right in front of the house, and the toddler opens that mesh door, walks straight out the house, walks by her on the sidewalk, and walks up the street. And she has no idea. She comes inside. Now, thankfully, nothing happened to that toddler, but it only takes a minute for your child to be snatched up. It only takes a minute for your child to get hit by a car. And I feel for this parent who was backing out the driveway and killed their own baby because it was behind the truck and they could not see him or her. Sad. Okay, beware of your kids. Mom gives birth to rare identical triplet girls and was told they would be boys. Could you imagine buying baby stuff thinking you're having 3 boys and you end up having 3 girls and having to exchange or return that shit? Oh my God. Oh my God, I'll be so mad. So mad, okay? But, you know, life gonna life, and doctors are not always going to be right. Last but not least, 10-year-old boy shot in driveway by shooting, sorry, I am messing this up. 10-year-old boy shot in drive-by shooting while walking with his father and 2 others. That is so sad. That you can't even walk with your parents in your community without possibly losing your life, you know, getting hurt. And if you live in a city, because I know everybody doesn't have it, but it should be something you work towards. If I lived in a city whose death rates for children or the youth was going up higher and higher, and there is no extracurricular options for my child in this city, I promise you, every year that I do taxes, I'm not going on vacation. I'm not buying new furniture. I'm not updating the house. I'm not, you know, getting the latest toys for my kids. I'm saving that money to move out of that state or that city and go somewhere where my child can have a normal upbringing, could have a life where they can be outside playing and not get shot. I think a lot of us have all these excuses on why we can't and we don't have it, but we get all of this money sometimes throughout the year, sometimes around tax time, and we bullshit with it. If you are not in a healthy space financially and you are getting your taxes back from the government and you have multiple children and your children do not feel safe, you do not feel safe, your children can't be outside sitting on the steps eating a popsicle, your children can't be on their bikes, your children can't walk to the park and be comfortable and safe, and the schools are horrible, why are you continuously sitting there for 5 years? Why aren't you making a plan? How important can it be if you keep repeating the same situation year after year after year? And the saddest part would then be like when parents live in places like this for years, okay? And they get their child to graduate that week, made it through elementary school without being killed, made it through middle school without being killed, made it through high school without being killed, and it's their graduation week, and they get shot, or they're in an accident, or they get killed, or they graduated yesterday. They were supposed to be going to college next week on a scholarship, dead. I'm just saying, don't wait till it's too late. Let's get into today's episode. Yay! And if you're looking for any Cozy Womb merch or on Mama's Cozy Closet, I got you on sweatshirts, mugs, long sleeves, and hoodies. I got you. Just check it out. The Cozy Womb shop or Mama's cozy closet. Now let's get back to the show.
Here we go.
Back to the show.
Back to the show.
When you're overwhelmed as a parent, I think it's super, super duper, de-duper important for you to create a system that works for you and the kids. Create a system that works for you and your husband. Create a system that works for you and your wife. Create a system that works for you and the grandparents, or you and the aunties, or you and the oldest sibling that helps you out with the kids because you are single. Create a system that works for y'all. Okay? Get organized with dad. Teamwork matters, all right? When you have kids, multiple kids at that, share the duties when it comes.
When you visit Arizona, time is measured in moments, not minutes. Like the moment you see the Grand Canyon for the first time. Visit a new state of mind. Learn more at hereyouareaz.com.
Comes to parenting, and this is how I break it down to get through my week. Morning duties, after school duties, nighttime duties. Morning duties are basically the wake up, the bathroom, hassle with them, getting them dressed, hair duty because I have girls, cooking breakfast or making breakfast or having them get their own breakfast, backpack check to make sure they have everything in their mask and their hand sanitizer and their homework and it's zipped and closed, okay? And the bus stop, taking them to the bus stop or dropping them off. The after school setup is getting them from the bus stop, changing their clothes, making sure everything that they wore to school is in that hamper and not in their backpack, making sure their mask is in that hamper, giving them a snack, allowing them to have TV and chill out, allowing them about 20 to 30 minutes to not do any homework, any work, to just chill. Helping them with their homework. I'm so thankful that my mom is here right now because she can help them with their homework because I'm still working until like 6 something. So imagine them get home, them have homework, and them giving me questions while I'm working. And even though my mom is here and she is helping them, they still come to my desk with questions while I'm working, and I'm talking to multiple people at the same time with questions with their homework. Checking their homework folder, giving them money for like field trips and all of that stuff, making sure you have cash on hand because they're not taking checks. Like all of that stuff is after school duties. Then you have the nighttime where you probably did get off of work, but guess what? You got to cook dinner. You got to clean up after them. You got to set their bath. You got to clean up after their bath madness. You have to get them in bed. You have to lay their uniforms out, make sure they're ironed. That's why you try to iron all the uniforms for the week on a Sunday where you're not rushing and you're not on a time clock. And then maybe by 9:30, you have you time. And you still don't want your you time to last too long because you got to get up at 5 a.m. to do it again. And so right now I am understanding the value of a helpful spouse. Like that would be great now if I can, focus on a couple of things early in the morning instead of everything. If I can sleep in a little if I don't feel good and they can do all of those things. Or just having someone that can get them from school while I work or get them from the bus stop while I work instead of rushing between breaks to get them from the bus stop and rush back in to work. Someone that can help them with their homework efficiently, someone that can cook dinner while I'm trying to stretch and relax from sitting at a desk for the last 7 hours. Like all of that is teamwork. All of that is help. And not many parents have the help to get all of those things done. Now let's talk about the weekend, okay? Because the weekends, yeah, you do want to relax, but guess what? Your kid wants to do fun stuff too because they've been going to school all week, which is kind of like work, right? Kids want to do the fun things while you have errands to do in 2 days, okay? What time is your time? This is usually a small window for you on the weekends. And that's if you have someone that will share them on the weekends so you can do adult things, because every adult thing you cannot take your child to. Disciplining is exhausting. All right. Having to say something 3 times, yelling is exhausting. Checking to see if what you ask them to do is done right or is done at all is exhausting. Emergencies, exhausting. Okay. It invades your work time sometime. It invades your personal time sometime. It invades your sleep time sometime. Having no rest as a parent is torture. It's torture. Have you ever taken sleepy medicine like a Benadryl or an allergy medicine by accident and you had to stand up at work? That is the epitome of not getting proper sleep and having children that need you all day long. Okay? I remember the first year of Ari's life, my second child, I barely slept. I was miserable. I was grumpy. I was driving and forgetting where I was heading to. I was driving completely mentally cut off on the fact that I had kids in the back and I had to drop them off before I went to work. Like, that is real. New parents of newborns need sleep. Okay? Parents who have multiple kids and they doing everything by themselves, they need help. And shout outs to a new sweatshirt on Cozy Womb Shop. You can get 15% off. Okay. The promo code is on my IG, the CZYWMB pod. Okay. And it's also on my Twitter. You could get 15% off of it, but it says it's okay to ask for help, because it is okay to ask for help. Stop acting like as a parent you have to do it all and there's only one way to do it. Spending more money than you're getting in is a real thing in parenting. Especially now when, childcare costs a certain amount of money. After school care costs a certain amount of money. When I see kids that, they're into baseball this year, they're into soccer this year, they're on the swim team this year, they're cheerleading this year, they're in fencing this year. That is a luxury as a parent to provide your child those options to do those things, because they cost money. Putting your child in basketball costs money. Okay? Having money to make sure they can go to trip to tournament costs money, time. And then to do it for multiple kids, because you can't do it for one and not do it for the other, is money. Okay? Shoot, I was going to the grocery store right now and being able to buy certain fruits like grapes being $13 a bag is a luxury. So now when I go to people's homes and I see you got a pantry full of food, a fridge full of food, your house is clean, it's comfortable, and you got time to spare, oh, you must be rich. Because people who don't have time to spare usually spend that time working despite them having kids. And some people that come from other countries have children that they don't even spend time with to raise. They just throw money and make sure they have money to get the things that they absolutely need. They don't even spend time with their kids because they're too busy spending time with other people's kids who have more money than them, who need a nanny, who need somebody to clean. And so your kids know that you exist. They live in your home, but they basically raise themselves because you chose a certain work to be able to provide them the options that they need to be able to go to school, to be able to have the home that they have, but they don't have you as a parent. And then there's a lot of celebrities that now are speaking out about the fact that they hate the fact that, yeah, they do make the money that they make from shows or movies or opportunities that they're famous for. But at the same time, they end up watching their child grow through a phone, watching their child grow through FaceTime. Yes, they can provide their children all of these opportunities, a comfortable home, vacations, toys, gadgets, and all this stuff, but they're physically not there being a part of their child growing up. So as a parent, you really have to choose how you want to show up in your child's life. It is overwhelming. It is a sad thing to I can have these kids and I can financially afford them, but physically I cannot be there for them. Everybody's version of what is a quality parent is different. A lot of people feel like if I can financially provide a nanny, if I can financially send them to a quote unquote good school, if I can financially put them in a nice comfy house, if I can financially put them in the best cars, the best clothes, the best shoes, give them the best gadgets, I'm a great parent. And then there's other parents who are like, if you are physically, mentally, emotionally, socially not there to engage with your child, you're not a good parent. And so I think for every parent, it's very important for you to reevaluate who you want to be for that human being that you help create. Because who you are to your child and who you aren't to your child will be fully apparent to who they become as an adult. And a lot of adults are walking around right now with holes within them. Mentally, emotionally, psychologically, because they lacked a certain parent bond they were supposed to get. They lacked discipline, they lacked correction, they lacked affection, they lacked all of these things that they didn't get from a parent that they struggle with as an adult to get from a spouse. They struggle with as an adult to carry themselves properly in a workspace. So it is important. So as far as like spending more money than you're getting in, kids will do that sometimes. Kids get into things. Kids have accidents. Kids will save you money through like taxes and gaining things throughout the year because they're dependents of yours. But kids will also cost you more money. I'm looking at a trampoline I bought for like $200 something a year and a half ago. That's sitting in the middle of my backyard, falling apart because they destroyed it. And I spent hard sweat labor to put it together. I spent money that I worked for to buy it. And I'm trying to tear it down so I can fit it in the trash can. That is life of being a parent. Okay? So, all of that. Parenting can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Ask for help. My name is Shan. This is Cozy Womb Podcast. I appreciate you for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and review the podcast on your favorite podcast app, whether it's Spotify, Apple, Google, Himalayan, Red Circle, wherever you listen to podcasts, Good Pods. I appreciate you. Thank you. And continue listening and continue sharing. And if you would like to make any purchases on Mama's Cozy Closet with Teespring, you can, or Cozy Womb Podcast, you can. And if you would like to donate directly to the podcast, you can through Red Circle link, which is in the show notes. Peace. I will check you guys Friday. Bye.
Bye.